Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray, and today we're here for a WIPNCHAT. WIPNCHAT stands for Work in Progress and Chat, and today I am working on February, which is by, this particular picture is from DIYMoonShop. It looks like this. I got this picture from a different website, but this is what the overall picture will look like. And it's just a beautiful painting. It was a gift from a friend a long time ago, and you're gonna have to forgive me. It's been a while since I sat down and did one of these. This picture is not available from the original shop that I got it from. It's a 65 by 50 centimeter round drill, and it doesn't have any specialty diamonds on it. No enhancements, just straight up diamond painting. It is a little bit old school. I am using a photocopy of the actual canvas, and I don't know if you can tell, but the ink has actually disappeared from part of this where I wrote the symbols, so that's fun. I must have used like a heat reactive pen or something like that, and that piece of the paper was exposed to sunlight. So anyway, I'm gonna pick a color. We're gonna catch up on things, and I'll let you know what's been going on. It's been a whole, almost 2.5 months, or almost 3 months since I last made an update, and that's just because life has been busy, and I will do my best to like let you know what all has been going on. But I have been keeping up with everyone on Patreon. I have a vlog on Patreon that you can check out if you like. It's behind the scenes and lets you know what's happening in my real, life if you're at all interested, but no pressure. Thank you to my supporters over there for your continued support and help. Just to keep things afloat while I'm going through this transitional phase of life and everything else. It's very much appreciated. So the first color I'm going to pick is 3756. 3756 is a light blue. This painting is mostly like light blue, cream, and then purples, and some blues as well, darker blues. But we're almost finished with these colors now. If you hear any random sounds, it's just because it's dinner time in the house, and we're having leek and potato soup for dinner tonight because our potato harvest has come good, so we got to use them up. This pen right here is, sorry, the camera is not really showing it off well. This is from Enabler's Outpost, and it's beautiful little snowflake blank that they made and turned, and I have been using it for the entire project, so I'm just going to keep going with it. But how have you been? I hope that you're well. What have you been working on lately? Let me know. I have not been online much lately, and that's just because I have finally experienced the burnout that I was afraid of reaching. I don't know how to explain it, but I lost all motivation for crafting. I stopped diamond painting, I stopped cross stitching completely, and I just threw myself into watching Korean and Chinese drama, and I've been enjoying it, but it's been about 2 months now, and I am looking for some more creative connection now that I've had a little bit of a brain break from crafting as a means of just creating content, which is, it's just sucks you dry. Even if I wanted to do something that was just for me and not to share with the world, I felt obligated to share, And that's where the burnout started. The last time that I posted on social media, I was in Dublin and I was visiting. Well, I was there because James had a work thing, but I visited a follower of mine, Gwen, and we had a really great day. But that day really did solidify in my mind that real life needed to come first for a while. And so I decided to just pause everything. And I feel much better now that I've had a little bit of a break, kind of reconnecting with things that make me feel like a human being. And I highly recommend that to anybody that is starting to feel stressed out. Like, your mental health and physical well-being is definitely worth more than getting views on the algorithm, if you know what I mean. So yes, everything is pretty much good. There's been no trouble in, our personal lives at all, except we had a really terrible thing happen recently. It was about 3 weeks ago, and one of my best friends passed away suddenly. There was no warning indicator, or there was no hospitalization. It was just really, really sudden, and it was awful. His name was Seamus, and we would go all over the place together. He and I and James were very, very close. He would come to our house at Christmas to have dinner with us. He would go with us to music festivals, and we were like family to each other, as close as friends can be family, if you know what I mean. And so I definitely could not return at all quickly after that happened. It was really tough. He was the kindest person that I knew, and he suddenly, just out of the blue, had a stroke, and when we found out, it's just, I don't even know if I could talk about it, but we got him to the hospital as quick as possible in an ambulance, and it was just all so sudden. He passed away within a few hours, and it's really sad, really sad. He's going to be so missed. We are organizing a celebration of life soon, and we're going to try to raise some money for the hospital that used to take care of him, because he had a very rare blood problem it's a form of hemophilia. So he would bleed, and his blood type and stuff was very rare, and he would be sent to a specialist unit in a hospital in Cork for treatment. And he used to joke around and say that it was his spa treatment, and he loved the nurses there and everything. So we're going to try to raise some money for those lovely nurses and doctors in that unit, in memory of him. But that's the kind of that's part of the real life stuff that has been happening that has kept me away. I have been very, very lucky to have the relationship with Diamond Art Club, that they have sent me some sneak peeks, and that's kept me busy, kept me afloat a bit in the YouTube algorithm. But I've had to take a break from Twitch and, you know, all that kind of stuff. The only thing that I really focus on these days is my Patreon vlog. And even then I had to take a break, obviously, when my friend passed away. We also recently had the music festival in my town, which is always really fun, Carsveen Music and Art Festival, and we had a blast. It was very difficult some of the days because, you know, we would usually be hanging around Seamus, and so it was kind of hard. You when you miss someone so much, and you're still trying to have fun and carry forward in your life, and trying to remember all of the good things, you know. So, but the festival was wonderful, and I got to find some new music that way, and yeah, that was wonderful. Gosh, I haven't done this in so long, and I apologize for not being able to, you know, sometimes in the past I've been able to work through things, but this hit different. So I'm hoping that my mojo will come back. I'll start crafting again, but the reality is that we're very close to the house stuff now, getting our house fixed up. So what I can tell you about that is essentially we are waiting for two contracting tradespeople to return to us with a quote for the works that they're about to do. Once we have those quotes signed, then we can move forward with our mortgage application, and once that is completely approved, we can begin the work. So we're so close that I've started packing. The ideal situation is that we'll be able to move downstairs into the little granny flat that we have, and we'll be able to live there while most of the renovation is happening. But I think it's going to be a little difficult because I don't know how, you know, when we'll have power, when we won't have power. So when we start, we'll have to see if it really impacts all the schedule. I might have to take a break from making videos completely. I'm not sure. But luckily James works in an office that's close to home, so he doesn't really have to worry too much. But since I'm trying to, you know, do everything in my office and on our internet and everything else, I think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, especially since you don't really get internet down there in the little granny flat. We had some guests over the last year, and even with an extender, a Wi-Fi extender, it's still kind of difficult to get a good signal down there. Now, my phone has like unlimited 5G, which is great, but if I wanted to do, like, say this, that would be too difficult to upload on my plan, and I'll probably overheat my phone if I try. But we'll see what happens. But our goal is to have things get started in September. That's what we're hoping for. Hopefully everything lines up, and like I'm really hoping that everything is done for Christmas this year, so that we are indoors and out of the cold. But everything has taken so much longer than I expected. Even just communicating with people and having them respond to a message is taking way longer than I would have expected. But the people that we have hired are very good. They're really great in their field and highly recommended. So taking the time to wait for really good service is fine with me. And I'm starting to get excited to see what life is going to be like when this is all done, you know. But that's it. There's not much else happening. It's just that my mental health took a nosedive right before my best friend, one of my best friends, passed away. And then after that happened, there was just no way that I could come on here and talk about it. I still feel like I can't talk about it. I can't articulate it well. And for those of you who have gone through a similar situation, I'm sure that you understand. Even in my daily life with my friends, when they meet me and they ask how I'm doing, I still feel like I'm gonna tear up. So it'll take some time to pull through, you know. But we will eventually. It's just still really raw and hard to believe because of it being so sudden. What else? Let's see. My niece is about to turn a year old, and I'm looking for some gift ideas. I have not worked on any cross stitch, so I won't be giving the cross stitch sampler that I was talking about before. I might wait until she's a bit older anyway, so that she can appreciate it. But I was thinking about getting maybe a baby bracelet, or something like that that's engraved, a piece of jewelry or something with her name on it. I don't know, but if you have a suggestion for a 1-year-old birthday, first birthday party present, please let me know. I would love to hear what you think. I know that her mom is a huge Disney fan, so that could be a part of it. But I don't think that I don't have much experience with that sort of thing. So any ideas are welcome. Health-wise, we're doing okay. I am trying to motivate myself to get back into a more active lifestyle. Things kind of took a nosedive this year for various reasons, but I've been in and out of health complications myself since March, really since February. And I did get the flu a couple weeks ago, which was not fun. We all were worried because after the funeral of my friend, one of my besties came down with COVID, and so we all tested, but luckily we didn't. James and I didn't have it. So, but you know, things have been going around, and currently we are in a semi heat wave. It still feels like a heat wave, but I think it's been declassified. The temperatures have to be over 25 degrees Celsius for like 4 days in a row for it to qualify as a heat wave. So it's definitely not that hot, but it's hot enough. Definitely hot enough. And currently we're under a weather warning for thunderstorms, so we'll see if we hear any thunder while I'm making this video today. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'll do my best. So I'm very excited about my next project. That's why we're working on this one today, because I am going to work on the custom from WIPNCHAT that I just received in the mail and showed on the channel. It's so cute, and if you haven't seen the video, please check it out. I had been stalking the website for when the listing would appear, because I heard about the custom portraits on Instagram, and I was telling everybody over on Twitch how much I wanted to get one. I missed the first round, but I got in on the second, and I was very happy to do so. And I'm super happy with the result. I cannot wait to start on it. There are 60 colors in a, what is it, 35 square? 35 by 35, something like that, or maybe 36 by 36. The detail is going to be so good with that amount of color. And because the art itself is a pixelated art style, I think it's just really going to suit the diamond painting as well. So we shall see. I'm not far away from finishing this one. I just need to get this row complete, and then it will be done. I have been working on this since the month of February. That's how little diamond painting I've been able to do this year, but I do plan to try to, like I said, incorporate crafting back into my life. I just really needed that downtime. But what have you been up to? What have you been looking at lately? Do you have anything, any stores on your radar lately that you would like me to look into? I'm happy to do that as long as I can. It'd be really fun to check out some new to me shops as well. I would prefer if they are European based, because that is where I live, and the taxes and the shipping costs can be ridiculous. This year for certain, it's gone kind of wild, so if you want me to check something out, please let me know. I was looking, I cannot find my Clover Fairy from Pichu Moon, so I might have to find something else to substitute for it, but I'm definitely behind it when it comes to the kits that I wanted to get done this year. I just did not foresee this burnout happening, and I want to say that I'm sorry. I believe that I tried to vocalize how I felt in my last WIPNCHAT, where I believe that I made mention that I wasn't sure when my next one would be, and that's because I could just feel things changing, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And now that I've experienced it, I know what it is, and I might be able to give a heads up next time, but it's like almost a paralyzing feeling. I wanted to do it, but every time that I thought about making a video and updating you all with what's happening, it just felt very sad, you know? And to be fair, my life has not been that interesting. I've become a much more routined person, someone who's doing very similar things every day. And I wasn't like that before, but I've kind of gotten into a groove. but I admit that I need to change it up a little bit, and I need to get moving more and, you know, get out there and enjoy the rest of this summer, because I know that winter will be coming fast. So this week, definitely making time to be outdoors as much as possible. But like today, the sun is out now. I don't know if you will be able to tell with this video, but the sun is out right now. But all day today, it has been pouring rain. Just all day. Drizzle and then buckets. Once James got home, it started bucketing down. And I was like, where is this rain coming from? Honestly. But yeah, that's just the reality of living where I am, I suppose. But if we can get a couple good days this weekend, I think that would be nice. This weekend we have a wedding to attend. One of James's co-workers is getting married, so we are going and doing that. I have nothing to wear. But I'll make it work, I suppose. And then what we've been thinking about and spending our time preparing for is culture night. James does a session called Tig Talks, which is like a TED Talk, but you know, just kind of dodging the copyright there. But Tig Talks, where we invite people to talk about something that they are very familiar with, maybe something that's in their field or something that they've studied, something that's like local or unique to the area, and they get a 5-minute presentation in front of people. So we are currently organizing that. And James is taking part in a play. Play probably isn't the right word, but it's a spoken like dictation of a play. There's no actual acting. Maybe it's voice acting, kind of, but not seriously. Anyway, he's doing it again. He did it before last year, and did he do something the year before as well? But that's going to be really fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. It is all about the famine, which is a difficult topic to cover, but I think that the director who is creating the script has done a really great job. So difficult topic, but great execution. I'm looking forward to seeing it all put together. They're practicing every week leading up to it, and I'm sure that I'll have a clip of it over on my Patreon for the vlog tier. And also, let me see my calendar real quick, because today is the 13th. And so the 31st, I'll also be having a Patreon live stream for those in the live stream tier. If you would like to join us, head on over. It is the best way to help me out and support me as a creator. So for those of you, again, that are interested or looking into it, I really appreciate you doing so. But that's what's on my calendar coming up. And that will be right after our fundraising event for our friend, the live stream. And then we're in September, and September is going to be quite busy with the house stuff. And while I do have a canvas that I had picked out for autumn, I'm not sure if I'll be participating in any events this year. Definitely not seriously, but I don't know if I want to kit up that project. The Halloween cat by Puffy Gator, I'm not sure if I'll do that this year in the end. It all just depends on what happens with the house. I think instead I'll probably pull out the Enchanted Forest by Andres Roca, because it's narrow but long, and so I can work on it in a smaller space, as I do believe that I'll have to be diamond painting on the bed or on the couch downstairs. So not much room to be doing much of anything else. Since the plan is to put everything into boxes and basically line the walls with the boxes, and stay down there for as long as they need us to. Because essentially there will be a giant hole in the house for a little bit, and no floors, and a big channel down the middle of down the hallway and into the bathroom. The bathrooms won't be usable or anything like that, so kind of tricky. Who knows? We'll see what happens. We are getting really close to my favorite, or my most exciting part of the house stuff, which is picking out what we want. We get to pick a door, we get to pick what color door, what style, what windows we want, what kind of floors we want, and all this kind of stuff. So that's fun and something to look forward to, but the wait is killer. I'm so tired of waiting, but it just comes with the territory. So I'm trying to enjoy the peace and the quiet that I have before the storm, before I have a bunch of workers around, and where I don't know what I'm gonna do with Luna and where she's gonna go. She will not be happy, so it's a bit tricky. I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh. I know it's going to be a bit tricky with her, and because the weather is going to start to go a little bit sour, I just don't know. And then, at the same time, we have all kinds of things going on in the background. I'm still waiting to hear what position they might put me in if I get called for a job. I did the panel, I did the interview, and now I'm just waiting for a position, essentially. But they were like, oh yeah, it could take up to 2 years to find you a position. And I was like, oh great. So that is taking a while, and just waiting for that. I'm waiting for a driving test, still on the list, still waiting. The waiting times for the driving test here are ridiculous. So there's nothing I can do about it, but if I get a job that's out of town and I don't have a car, then I have to either commute or take a bus. And it's not that bad. It could be worse, but it's not ideal. And James's heart operation, we still don't have a date for yet. So it's just kind of like, when is everything coming together? Why do I feel like everything is just stalled, But in reality, it's not stalled. It's just timelines don't always match up with each other, and it can be just a bit anxiety inducing to have to wait for all of these things. Seemingly, it feels like all at once, but it'll all come together when it's meant to. I will stick with that and believing that. But yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's going on in the Ray house. Sorry, it's not much of an update, but it has been busy. It's been busy, and definitely not boring. you know, but not if I came here every week to tell you the same kind of things. I feel like that would be more boring. But I hope that you're doing well. I'm gonna stop the video for today because I really want to get this out to you today. But just know that I am thinking of you, and I have not forgotten about you or the channel or anything like that. It's just life has just begun lifing, and hopefully it'll all come together soon. So with that, thank you for sitting down with me today and listening to me give a little life update. I'm looking forward to sharing more videos with you. I have a lot of unboxings to share. There are sneak peeks, there are regular unboxings, and everything else. I've got some other things in the works as well, so if you haven't followed or subscribed yet, please do. It's free, and I will catch you all very soon in my next update. Take care, everyone. Bye.